Hello everyone, how are we doing today? I am bringing you a game in the standard black and white. Why not? We might as well just keep going with the black and white battles. I have around 50 or 60 still backed up. So I've got to get through the backlog, I guess, before we do some more black 2, white 2. I might actually get a second battle up today. Might do a black 2, white 2 battle depending on, you know, time and stuff. And maybe if I can find one against someone that I want to do, then I'll do that. Otherwise, it'll just be this. But maybe I'll, yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'm not promising anything, but hopefully things will happen. Anyway, we've got some Jirachi versus Rumal action, and on the first turn, I go into my Landorus thinking I can just threaten it directly. I don't think there's much it can do to me, but I actually find out two very important things. First of all, find out that his Jirachi is specially based, but secondly, I find out that it is a Calm Mind variant, and the reason I say that it's a Calm Mind variant is because it uses Thunderbolt on me. If I'm going to be perfectly honest, I have not seen Jirachi non-Calm Mind run Thunderbolt ever before, so I'm pretty much certain that it is the Psychic Calm Mindset with Thunderbolt, so good piece of information to find out, and I just hit the Gelatin with an Earthquake on the switch in, so that's pretty nice. Managed to, you know, get some early damage on that thing, because it's going to be a pain to take out otherwise. Going to Polito to dodge the Willow / Scald, and, you know, works successfully. Willow actually manages missing, so that's excellent. Able to go for the Hidden Power Electric as he switches into his Jirachi. Now, Jirachi, being very defensive, is able to take that very nicely. That is a Specs Hidden Power Electric, so it does a little bit more than I guess he was expecting, but, you know, it's still okay. I'm not too bothered, but at this point, into T-Tar, dodge the Psychic, or just take a Thunderbolt, whichever one he wants to go for, and Psychic ends up being the thing that he does. I guess he was predicting me to go back to Landorus to take the Thunderbolt again, so he went for Psychic instead. But T-Tar works out better in that situation, so I've got a much better footing on him anyway. So I go for the T-Wave, actually, and this is my Twitter T-Tar, which is nice. It has T-Wave and, you know, I think that move which puts things to the ground. I don't remember. Knockdown, that's what it's called. I got that move and some other fun stuff. At this point, though, I think the best thing to do is to go into my Haxorus so that I can maybe Dragon Dance on this thing. At the moment, I'm not really too afraid of it. I don't think it has anything it can really hit me with. So I think I can safely Dragon Dance on it and then just go for an Outrage spam and hopefully deal with a lot of his guys. I kind of forget he has a Lucario, though, so that's probably going to have extreme speed and going to be able to take me out after one hit from Virizion anyway. So, bit of a stupid thing to do, I guess. But it was nice to just bring Haxorus in, DD, and then just Outrage smack whatever the hell I wanted to, because why the freaking hell not? It's, oh god, no, it's a Haxorus. You don't want to get hit by all that power. No, you don't. You just don't. You don't want to get hit by it. It's too powerful. Too powerful. The Outrage. Oh, it's such a shame. Outrage just doesn't look as good in black and white. Needs to, you know, have those improvements in BW2 to be, you know, adding the extra power. I'm pretty sure that the animation adds like at least 20 base power to that move. I'm not even kidding. Like, it deserves to add 20 base power just for that animation. In any case, in comes Lucario. As I said before, Lucario was a bit of a threat, and he's still out on his team. He turns out to be a vacuum waving one, so there's good knowledge for me that I know he's not physical. He's running a special Lucario, and he is not choiced because I go into Polytoad, and he actually goes for a hidden power, either electric or grass, one of those two, because Polytoad is weak to those types, and I'm not quite sure which. Unfortunate thing for me is I go for Hidden Power Electric, predicting him to go to Jellicent, wanting to take the Hydro Pump. Doesn't work out because he ends up being able to, you know, stay in and hit me with a super effective hit, which not going to be in my best interest. Definitely not. So I go back to T-Tar, knowing I can take a hidden power and a neutral damage anyway, and I get critted, which is slightly frustrating. But what I do now is I go back into Landorus, predicting the Vacuum Wave, and now I'm in a good position. So a couple of pivot switches here and there, and I've managed to get Landorus into fifth gear here. He's going to be pushing the stick and getting out in front, and I'm really bad at car analogies, I just really am. But he goes into Gelatin thinking that he can take this hit better than he can. What he forgets is at the start of the match, Sand Force was not active because I didn't have the sand up. That's why it didn't do as much to Jellicent. But now that Sand Force is active, I'm able to cleanly 2-hit KO him from the range of HP he was at, and give myself a nice advantage there, getting rid of Jellicent out of my way, so I don't really have to worry about Polytoad firing off Hydro Pumps anymore. I can kind of just do it freely and hit whatever he brings in. So in comes Terrakion, and at this point I kind of just want to sacrifice T-Tar. I didn't really know what kind of Terrakion it was. It could be Scarf, could be Bandit. Turns out to be Rock Polish Life Orb, I believe. We'll see after this if there's a bit of recall. It most likely is. And there you go. Life Orb Rock Polish set, which is very cool. Probably running Double Dance, if I'm not mistaken. Bad thing for him, though, is, of course, I have Nick's idea, who has the Aqua Jet and is able to freely go for it. In the sand, not in the rain, it probably wouldn't have killed the Terrakion, but it would have done a nice job. Actually, it would have killed it because he had the close combat drop, so I'm pretty sure he would have gone down to it just because of that defense lowering. So I did have quite a bit of an advantage bringing Azumarill in there. At this point, though, I don't want to take a Thunderbolt, I don't want to take a Psychic, I really don't want to take anything from the Jirachi, so I just go straight out to Landorus. He Calm Minds on the switch, which I guess makes a little bit of sense, but me going to Landorus was kind of obvious, so you probably should have Psychic there. It doesn't make a huge difference really though, because at this point he has no save switches into my Standorus. I'm gonna call it Standorus now because it's like standard Landorus as opposed to Catdorus with its freaking like cat feet and face and eyes and all the things. Yeah, it just can't do anything. But in comes this thing. And of course I'm still faster because I have a Scarf, Choice Scarf, Earthquake. At this point, you know, people generally, Earthquake is a pretty popular move, and I'm not sure, sometimes people don't prepare for Earthquake enough, because as you can see I'm pretty much just tearing through his team at this point. Landorus isn't taking no prisoners, doing all the jobs, doing all the work, and just killing everything with the Earthquake at this point. He has a Blissey left, which I don't think is going to die from one hit, so I kind of question why he brings it in last, as opposed to bringing it in before his Terrakion, or before his Lucario. But I guess it turns out in the end that all he can do to me is Toxic. He may have S-Toss, I'm not quite sure as to whether that's true or not, but I think that I should be able to finish him off with a 2-hit KO from this range, as long as he doesn't softboiled stall me, I should say, then I should be good to go. And if not, I always have Politoed in the wings, and I always have Tornadus in the wings, so it should be okay. Turns out to be okay in the end anyway, and that is going to be the game. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle today. I will hopefully bring you another one later today. If not, I'll bring you some more Mario Kart, I'll bring some more whatever the hell I've got lined up. I need to record more Fire Emblem, so that should be continuing very soon. Look out for that in your sub box at some point. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Do leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and until then, goodbye.